What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled Redlining Is Sharecropping. When people think about redlining, you basically lock somebody out of being able to purchase land, right? And when I look at it as another form of sharecropping. Now you can't redline a person as far as what they can buy or how they can buy or giving them access to federal loans and whatnot. But you can redline their name, like BGS was talking about. But I look at redlining as sharecropping because when it came to sharecropping and our people in particular, it was always a mathematical equation to keep us in the negative, in the red. So, because our people weren't the only people to be sharecroppers, but the difference was when people were sharecroppers with us, they did things that would maximize their profits and maximize us not being able to get out on our own, even though we had the skills to do it. So it was an unfair loan. They made sure you were in this amount of debt, and you can never work the debt off. You will always be even when you are done, you would always be under the debt. So you got to re-up because you're still in this amount of debt. And we started from scratch, and you couldn't necessarily go other places and get your profits, like normal people who could be a sharecropper and they pay back with the crops and they go make a profit with the other crops. It wasn't like that. Same thing with redlining, because they were talking about how people were you couldn't get loans. So these people would give you these, what you thought were loans, or we thought were loans, and they would charge you up for everything, keep you in debt, overcharge you. First of all, overcharge you for the price of the home, overcharge you for the payments, overcharge you for the maintenance, and that was good business, right? It was sharecropping, and the thing about sharecropping was, when people asked to look at the books, it was an issue. See, some people got killed because they wanted to actually see the numbers and how the books were. Because people figured out how you was doing business with these other people is not how you doing business with me. Same thing with redlining. The books was different, right? Now, this type of stress can kill you. And one thing about redlining that that people forget about is you didn't just redline people to wall off areas because they were bad. You walled off areas because they were unhealthy. People forget that they ran the freeways through a lot of black neighborhoods. And what does that mean? That means when your house is there, you're dealing with the smog. Your kids might have asthma because of the neighborhood you're in, because they ran a freeway through your house. So now guess what? You're a health risk. Or they'll put you, or you be redlined near a plant. And what'll happen? I don't know. Maybe you wind up getting cancer. You close to the plant or in a certain proximity of the plant, and this happens, and you wonder why you're getting sick, but you don't know why, because they told you the plant was safe. And the same water you use is the same water the plant uses. But another part of the sharecropping was also other people coming into the neighborhood and setting up businesses. Because if you redline a person, they're redlined out of having access to money. But other people, ironically, had this access to money, and they set up businesses in the neighborhoods that were redlined to help out with the sharecropping. This is why when you would go in the hood, sometimes you would get good deals on food, but sometimes the food was subpar, or the snacks and the things you could buy, there was no fresh food, no produce really, and if there was produce, it was overpriced. The meat could have been old, put a new stick on it, still the same price. The hood was one of the first places where you get charged like the airport. When gum used to be 25 cents or 30 cents on the pack, but the gum would be 69 cents at the register. Yeah. The bag of chips would say 25 cents on the bag of chips, 75 cents on the bag of chips, 99 cents on the bag of chips. But you're paying 50 for the 25, 30, $1 for the 75, 125 for the 99. That sharecropping, right? People said for years, damn, how come the gas in the hood so high? Because most people, you didn't leave your neighborhood, until people were going to work, and they work in different areas, or they drive to different areas, and they realize, wait, the gas in my neighborhood is, $1.50 a gallon. The gas in their neighborhood is $1.25 a gallon. But it's the same company. The same exact company. Oh, it costs more to get the gas to your neighborhood and your neck of the woods. No, it don't. Because part of redlining was, the way it is now, you could literally be sandwiched in between wealth, because we talk about the inner city, right? So the suburbs could have cheap gas, and they coming through. Then they get to the inner city, right? Their gas is through the roof. Then they go past that to downtown, which, depending on where you at, some places is high, some places is low. Traffic and money. And then might be a nice neighborhood on the other side of that. Gas is low. Might be people on the outskirts that were gentrified and now they're in the old suburbs. Gas is high. Very, very interesting. This is what happens when you have people sharecropping. The rules keep changing and changing and changing for different people. But y'all don't, we don't take this part into consideration. Because redlining is sharecropping. It's a mathematical equation to charge people up. The way the cost of living keeps rising and the dollar and the wages don't. That's sharecropping. The way they have these contracts that you're paying interest, and you might wind up paying an exorbitant amount of interest on something. You could pay something off a time and a half, 2 times over, 3 times over, and then it's finally paid for. That's price gouging. Sharecropping. And can you keep doing this for that long period of time? Who knows? This is why they tell people live within your means or beneath your means, because the way society is structured, you know, we haven't just been redlined out of housing, we've been redlined out of wealth. And these are the ways you do it. And other people come along and they profit off of the fact that you're redlined to line their pockets. You know, and they don't think anything's wrong with it until it's done to them. But this is this video. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.